Welcome back to The Real Story, live from D.C. today. Donald Trump's campaign chair, Corey Lewandowski, reportedly being tapped now for another big task. Trump wants him to oversee the search for a VP candidate. So, who are they going to consider? And how long could it take? Joining me now, Barry Bennett, senior advisor to the Donald Trump campaign, live in studio. How long is it going to take, and who are they considering?
Less than 9 weeks.
Okay. Has to be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Before the convention.
Yeah.
So Corey gets this big nod as well. He's still campaign manager.
Yes, he is.
Right?
Yeah.
Usually it's a lawyer that's in this position.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be. But
right.
What does he bring to the table as far as what he might be looking for in a VP pick?
Well, he knows Mr. Trump very well. He knows what Mr. Trump is looking for. That's the most important part. Because in the end, the most important thing you need in a VP is someone that works well with the candidate, fills in weaknesses, doesn't duplicate strengths, those kind of things. And Corey knows Mr. Trump very, very well.
So he'll be working in conjunction with Ben Carson, Dr. Carson as well, right?
Yeah, there'll be, from media accounts, there's a small committee that will all work with Corey.
Okay. Let's move on to some other breaking news that was happening today, which has to do with Senator Ted Cruz, because now he says that he may restart his presidential campaign, but even if he doesn't, his supporters are planning to have their say when the party lays out its official platform in Cleveland. Former Virginia Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli sending out a letter to delegates that reads in part, quote, "To do that, it is imperative that we fill the rules and platform committees with strong conservative voices like yours. That means you need to come to the National Convention and support others in coming too." It sounds to me like they are not giving up on this thing.
Well, I think they've given up on the thing. I think that they're interested in many of the same things we are. As far as the Rules Committee goes and the Platform Committee, conservatives want a platform that reflects their values.
But a lot of people have thought
sure
that Donald Trump. But a lot of people have felt that Donald Trump has sometimes said things that maybe aren't in line with exactly what conservative values are all the time.
Well, a lot of people say a lot of things, but I think that the Trump campaign and the Cruz conservative delegates work very well in those committees together.
Okay, so you don't see that it would be a different kind of a movement that would be going on there with Trump being the nominee and the Cruz people trying to pass rules and a platform that's different from what your candidate would do?
No, I think we both have a common enemy in the mainstream establishment.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Cleveland, because yesterday, I think it was, in an interview, I worked there. I remember it well. Have a lot of friends still there. But you made the claim that maybe, you know, we're going to add a little showbiz to the convention this time, and we're going to mix it up. In what way?
Well, I think we should think outside the box, right? I think that a lot of people get their news in different platforms, and we should try to engage people on the platform that they choose.
Like how? What would you do differently?
Well, everything from more internet presence to more internet streaming to a lot more. It doesn't have to say, there's nothing in the law that says it has to happen between 8 and 11 o'clock. It can happen all day long on different platforms. We need to, I think, I'm encouraging Mr. Trump and the campaign to think of this as a fresh opportunity to redefine.
You know, I guess a lot of people wouldn't be surprised with that, because he's had such a different kind of a campaign.
Yeah, well, and he truly is the best media master our party's ever put forward. He understands. He's got 16 million social media followers. He understands social media. He understands television. I think that, you know, he can really make this work.
Okay. It would also put pressure, I believe, on the Hillary Clinton campaign then to come up with something that would be a little different potentially at their convention as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Thursday meeting that Mr. Trump's going to have with the Senate and also with the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. What is he going to try to do in those meetings to get them on board?
Well, I don't think it's something that he has to do. There's no trick he has to come in and perform to get them on board. I think they have got to get to know each other, and I expect that they will. And I expect that they will all leave that meeting unified. So
Trump said that he was blindsided by the fact that Paul Ryan said he wasn't yet ready to endorse him.
Right.
Have you spoken to him about it since he said that? Does he still feel that way? And does he feel hurt that they're not endorsing him?
We were all shocked by it. Typically, this stuff is handled in a back channel, not on an interview at CNN in this instance.
So you were shocked by it, and do you believe that Mr. Trump will ask Paul Ryan to not be the chair of the convention?
I think that's between Mr. Ryan and Mr. Trump.
All right. Well, make sure to report back to us
I will.
After those meetings on Thursday. Barry Bennett, always good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks.